And the first video published பண்றப்போ what was there in your mind?
That was one of my favorite albums. தங்கச்சியும் ரெண்டு பேரும்
ஆச்சி மசாலா
எந்த சமையலும் ருசி தேடும் ரகசியம் 20 ரூபாய்.
ரிப்பீட்ல தான் கேட்டிருப்பேன் நான் ஆத்துல. எங்களோட பட்ஜெட்ஸே ரொம்ப சின்னதா இருக்கும். We cannot pay for a studio. அதுக்கெல்லாம் பைசா இல்ல. So we would just go shoot in some random lake. மரம் இருந்தா we'll be like, okay, let's stand in front of this and shoot. I know every single song. அதனால தான் நான் even made a mashup with that. Oh my god, I love Paldaba. Sayavan, Abhyankar and Masal Pola. They've taken it to the next level. That was my first time dancing in heels. யாருக்கும் பிடிக்கவே இல்லை. And I was like, ஐயோ தப்பு பண்ணிட்டோமே. As an independent musician, it's very tough because to compete with cinema. But I give full thanks to my audience.
Hi Vidya, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
All good, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
So great to have you here. என்னன்னா ஒரு period like 10 years of your journey ல இன்னைக்கு வந்து இந்த indie அப்படின்றது வந்து ரொம்ப பரவலா like people are talking about indie, they are listening to indie music, they are the chart number 1 இப்ப தமிழ்ல இருக்கு. ஆமா. But 2015 somewhere you're starting something. Yeah. மக்களுக்கு ரொம்ப புதுசு about the cinema music is there like complete இருந்தது. True. ஒரு வேற மாதிரி நான் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு you came with an idea and it was great. So we'll start from there. Okay. இந்த மார்க்கெட் லைக் 10 இயர்ஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் இண்டிக்கான ஒரு பெரிய ஸ்பேஸ் ஒரு மணி கிரியேட் ஆயிருக்கு. நிறைய யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ் உள்ள வராங்க. ஆமா. பார்க்கறப்ப எப்படி இருக்கு?
ரொம்ப பெருமையா இருக்கு. I feel like indie music இப்போ வந்து every generation builds on the previous generation. So நான் வந்த போலேந்து அதுக்கு எனக்கு முன்னாடியே there's been so many artists and I have to give them credit because I'm not the first indie artist to come. எனக்கு முன்னாடியே there've been so many bands and so many amazing singers and even film singers அவங்க வந்து independent நிறைய போட்டிருக்காங்க. independent பாட்டு, singles, albums. So அதுக்கெல்லாமே credit கொடுக்கணும் and it's just something that's been building. So 2015ல வந்து YouTube was a very new thing. So அப்போ வந்து I just thought எனக்கு பாடுறதுக்கு ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் and I wanted to do something as an artist until then I've been touring with Shankar Tucker. So I was just one of his singers and I'd collaborated with him a lot. And then we had a thought, what if we make it a little bit more pop and hip hop? Because avanga vandu they do a classical of Western and Indian and the combination பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. So how do I make it more modern, more pop? So that was my interest always. So 2015 I was like, okay, let me try this thing on YouTube. Shankar already tried on YouTube, so let me also try. So that was my big journey into YouTube. And then one day I just decided we'll do this mashup. And also I want to say adu na invent panla. You know, people have done it before, it was there. So I decided let's do this Western song. It was Big Girls Cry with Sia, and then Kabhi Jo Badal Barse with Arijit Singh. How do we make it blendable into one song? So the Pandita, I just did that first video and I haven't looked back since.
Yes. So in the journey like you have like more than 7 million subscribers in YouTube. So and the first video publish பண்றப்போ what was there in your mind? Okay, நம்ம மியூசிக்ல இருக்க போறோம், we gonna be like this much. என்ன ஒரு விஷன் இருந்தது?
அப்படியெல்லாம் ஒன்றும் இருக்குல்ல. இட் வாஸ் மெயின்லி அம்மா திட்டுவாங்க போடணும்னு. பிகாஸ் அது வரைக்கும் அம்மா வந்து ஷீ கேவ் மீ 2 years. 2013ல ஐ ஸ்டாப் ஸ்டடிங் ஃபார் மை மெடிசன் அண்ட் ஷீ செட் ஓகே 2 வருஷம் தரேன் உனக்கு, அதுக்கப்புறம் நீ என்ன சாதிக்க முடியுமோ இந்த 2 வருஷத்துல மியூசிக்ல அது வரைக்கும் தரேன், இல்லைன்னா யூ ஹேவ் டு கோ பேக் டு மெடிசன் அப்படி சொன்னாங்க அவங்க. ஸோ ஐ செட் okay, let me give it a shot. So 2015 was my 2 years. Time was up. So random I just put in April, I remember this. It was April 2015. Just previous week na amma sollanga enna pannit irukka nee 2 varsham aayachu, you know, it's your time is coming to a close. So I was like, okay, I'll just try this. So adnala da na poten
avasarama try pannadhu
adu oru video avasarama type poten, adukapra she liked it. She was like, oh, this is good, and it also got a little bit of attention. People saw it and it was really well received. So adukapram I just started building it, and then mom was like, okay. Adukapram I just slowly I just started building that, and then it got more and more attention. There was not one specific moment. I just thought I have to try and be an artist. How can I do it without help of a music director, without help of like a big crew, because it's just me and Shankar who do it. So adnala.
Wow. But திரும்பி பார்க்கறப்ப like in the 10-11 years when it was like a great journey like multiple of shows and songs, and the fan base வந்து it's like huge one.
Honestly it's kind of wild if I think about it, because I never dreamt that music could even be a career path, because நான் வந்து எப்பவுமே something in science அதுதான் focus schoolலயே.
Okay.
So I mean பாட்டு இருந்தது, but only as a side hobby அந்த மாதிரி. Like நானும் தங்கச்சியும் ரெண்டு பேரும் we just learned, and so I never really thought that it would be a big career moment. And so looking back on it, it's been crazy. Lots of up and downs, very difficult journey. It's not for the weak, lighthearted. I feel like you really have to love it. You have to love performing, you have to love writing, because everything else also comes with it. And the business side எல்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். And the industry in itself is very, very difficult, I would say. So you really have to love your art and be motivated to do that. So, but I give full thanks to my audience. Avanga vandu support panni, every like, subscribe, share, it really does help. We just say, please like, and appolla solluvom nanga, please like and subscribe. But it definitely it makes such a big difference, and to be able to look back on that and build such a kind of career with that, I'm so grateful.
Great. And the classical அப்படிங்கிறது like உங்க சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து you carried up like அந்த classical குள்ள தான் நீங்க இருந்தீங்க. So growing up in a western country with classical touch, அது எப்படி இருந்தது? Because இங்க இருக்கிறப்ப இப்ப சென்னையில இருக்கிறோம் அப்படினா it will be we know, but அங்க இருக்கிறப்போ that would be very difficult, and அதை கத்துக்கிறதா இருக்கட்டும், அதை practice பண்றதா இருக்கட்டும், அந்த மக்கள் அப்படின்றது ஒன்னு இருக்கும்ல.
ஆமா. So actually I grew up in Chennai and Bombay till I was 9. So அந்த foundation வந்து இங்க தான். And இங்கேருந்து அங்கே போகும்போது I studied with DK Nagarajan Mama, and he was my guru. But a community felt very insular, like you felt like it was a Carnatic music community. Chennaiல தான் இருக்க மாதிரி இருந்தது, even though it was in DC, it felt like it was actually felt like Little India.
Okay.
So that was nice. ஆனா ஸ்கூல்லலாம் I would never show that I could sing Carnatic music. அதெல்லாம் பேசவே மாட்டேன். I will never talk about that. I felt like I lived a dual life. School வந்து I'll listen to all the American music, and anga enna popular I'll try to listen to that. But வீட்ல வந்து I have Carnatic music, bhajans, எல்லாமே like all obviously Bollywood music, அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் அம்மாக்கு என்ன பிடிக்குமோ we'll listen to that. So because they would not like American music, so then how do I split the two worlds? So identity crisis konja irundhudu, and it was very intense actually growing up. Looking back at it now, I feel like I can't believe I went through that as a kid, because you don't know what you're going through when you're in the moment, and so as it was very challenging growing up with that, because how do I mix the two worlds? You just have to live a dual life in the beginning, and then as an adult I figured it out, and I was like, okay, no, through music I want to make sure that it blends both my sides. You don't have to be either or. You don't have to be fully Indian, you're fully American. It's almost like a third culture. Adha I figured out. So I was like, and then I'm doing music like this.
I think அதுதான் வந்து உங்களுக்கு இங்க அந்த mashup I think it supported you a lot, because that tempo and in the tempo and like mixing up this both.
Definitely, because how do you marry the two worlds together? How do I show that na Carnaticum padichiruken, but I also have Western vocals training, and I grew up in that culture also. So how do I blend it together? So growing up you feel like you're the only person going through it, but Anna, what I found through my music is நிறைய பேர் அவங்களுக்கு அதே மாதிரி எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இருந்திருக்கு. They have had the same experiences growing up in a different country, but they want to keep their roots. They want to keep their South Asian roots. They want to feel like be connected to their heritage. And so through my travels, through meeting people for concerts, I figured out people relate to the music because they have similar experience.
I think there's one more thing, like தமிழ் people are there everywhere in the world. Like எல்லா பக்கமும் அவங்க இருக்காங்க. சோ ஏதாவது ஒரு இடத்துல வந்து போனா அந்த ஒரு தமிழ் கனெக்ஷன் அப்படிங்கிறது
தமிழ் கனெக்ஷனும் இருக்கு and also people will come and support, which is really nice. I feel like அவங்க பொண்ணு தமிழ் பொண்ணு அவங்க ஏதோ they're coming for a concert now, they'll come and support, which I'm very grateful for. And அவங்க பசங்க எல்லாம் கூட்டிட்டு வருவாங்க. So it's very nice. So like the parents will introduce to the kids and then kids will become fans, which is really sweet, and I really enjoy meeting people like that. Yeah.
இப்போ எங்களுக்கு வந்து கர்நாடக சங்கீதம் அப்படிங்கிறது இட்ஸ் லைக் ஃபார் காமன் பீப்புள் அது வந்து இட்ஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் பிகாஸ் we are so much consuming commercial music, like cinema music தான் ரொம்ப அதிகமான இருக்கு. பட் அதுல வந்து we are enjoying few கர்நாடக சங்கீதம் say like கண்டுகொண்டேன் ஆல்பமா இருக்கட்டும் சங்கமமா இருக்கட்டும் like very few songs வந்து இந்த கர்நாடிக்ல இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் பண்ணுது. எப்பயாவது யோசிச்சிருக்கீங்களா we are learning கர்நாடிக் நம்ம சினிமால வந்து அதுக்கான ஒரு ஸ்கோப்ல நம்ம போலாமா? லைக்
I mean definitely. I mean if the director wants that, see ultimately cinema vande it's the director's project, so ellarum support the director, you know. So as musicians, as the music director, as the singers, as the actors, even you support the director's vision. But with Carnatic music, what I will say is all the songs that we are hearing, it has come from there only.
Yes,
adna roots.
True, yeah.
Even if it's in the popular culture, even if it's in 2026, it has the bass there. And the part ketalum you will be able to trace the ragam back. So bass adha. But the style is obviously very different and it is open to iteration. So I think that's okay. I think ultimately the roots are always there, and then to be able to invent and pay homage to the roots, that's a special thing. And I think ipolla cinema part, there is a lot of cinema part but based in Carnatic, but
I think ipo nariya cinema partla Carnatic oda touch irukku. Say pani oda songs வந்து like with a few tracks.
Definitely, yeah. And his songs also have a lot of folk stuff in it, the kuttu and the folk style nariya irukku. So giving homage to both, it's there. And I feel like kandukonde mari, that's more in the style of Carnatic. So adu vandu feels very obviously Carnatic, but all the music I feel like is based from there. Yeah.
Okay, so your childhood, like you grow lot in anga western country la irukkrappo inga and periods la vanda paadalgala vandu kekrappo how you felt? Because இப்ப நம்ம பேசின பாட்டா இருக்கட்டும் கண்டுகொண்டேன் few things எல்லாம் வரப்போ I think you will be somewhere அந்த ஒரு 10 வயசு 11 வயசு.
ஆமா, exactly. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
அந்த பாடல்கள் எல்லாம் கேக்குறப்போ how you felt? It will be very connective la.
That was one of my favorite albums. I know every single song. அதனால தான் நான் even made a mashup with that song, because it's one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite albums. And adukku kekrappo it's nice to see, especially as a Carnatic music student, how can it be applied in a modern sense for a cinema that isn't fully in Carnatic music, but it still has the roots very strongly in Carnatic music. So that was one of my early inspirations to Rahman sir's his entire discography. Appadithaan irukku. So he pays homage in such a beautiful way, and then to be able to bring it with modern production, the drums and all, it's from the modern era.
Yeah.
So to be able to see that was such an inspiration. So I loved it. I repeat la na ketirpen na aathila.
Okay. 2018 la Rolling Stone time la you met Rahman sir, like oru
ama for Arrived. Yeah, we were judges on that show. It's a YouTube original.
Yeah. So appa Rahman sir oda interact பண்றதுக்கான ஒரு opportunity or about music ஏதாவது knowledge கண்டிப்பா ஷேர் பண்ணிருப்பீங்கல்ல?
Yeah, I mean he doesn't speak much. he's very wise. When he gave all the feedback, I would also be listening to all the contestants. He gave lovely feedback and he's very supportive. I think that's the thing that I saw. He was very humble, very supportive, and he's very tappa paadnalum he won't focus on that fully. He'll focus on all the good parts, and he's very encouraging to other people, and that was a big inspiration to me, because for him, I mean, he's Rahman sir, so and the mari oru standards avangalukku irukku, but he ended up just encouraging all the contestants in such a nice way. And I think coming from him, it was such a big thing for them. So it was such a lovely experience. And I did get to see how he worked a little bit. And in the middle, he'll be taking production calls. And see, he's also was working on films at that time as well. So in the middle, he was multitasking a lot. So I learned a lot from him.
Okay. Yeah. And ரொம்ப recent Coke Studio collaboration இருந்தது with GV Prakash.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yeah.
So அந்த project and அந்த ஜிவி பிரகாஷ் உடைய ஒர்க் ஸ்டைல் ஆகட்டும் கோக் ஸ்டுடியோ அந்த ப்ராசஸா ஒரு கொலாபரேட்டிவா நிறைய கம்போசர்ஸோட நீங்க ஒர்க் பண்ணிருந்தீங்கல்ல அந்த ஒரு பார்ட்?
ஆமா. ஸோ அந்த பாட்டு வந்து it was with Rajalakshmi ma'am also, and she's amazing, and I was a fan of both of them. So avanga vandu when they approached me for that, I was so excited. I was like, enna vana, whatever song you have, I'll sing, doesn't matter. But it was such a lovely melody. It had, again, like the perfect combination of set in modern times, but some folk elements, some, you know, melodic elements, and the nadaswaram production and some of the drums are, you know, but in that time period, it was 2024. So it was really, really well done. And avanga vandu they called me and they were like, yeah, please, they sent me the melody and I sang and I loved the melody, and Tamil dance, so it was pretty nice for me to sing in it. And it was my first Coke Studio experience, and obviously the set was amazing. I didn't expect it when I came for the video shoot. I walked into the set and I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe this is the set, because I was expecting just Parimari Coke Studio with the thing, but the set was just so beautiful, and Amit directed it, Amit Krishnan, and he, incredible director. So overall it was a lovely experience.
So நம்ம ஆரம்பத்துல பேசின மாதிரி 10 இயர்ஸ்ல இந்த இண்டி அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு விஷயம் வந்து மாறி இருக்கு. நம்ம செட் ப்ரொடக்ஷன் பத்தி பேசுறப்பயே ஒரு இண்டிக்கான அந்த செட் ப்ரொடக்ஷன் ஆகட்டும், அதோட சிஜி விஎஃப்எக்ஸ் எல்லாம் பாக்குறப்ப இட்ஸ் மைண்ட் ப்ளோயிங்.
கரெக்ட்.
இந்த growth ஆஃப் தி இண்டிஸ் வந்து உங்களால ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்ண முடிஞ்சதா? ஓகே, 10 இயர்ஸ்ல இண்டி இங்க இருக்கும், தமிழ் மக்கள் வந்து இதுக்கான இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுப்பாங்க அப்படின்றது
predict பண்ணல definitely, because as an independent musician it's very tough, because to compete with cinema and the marketing budgets alone, it's all a little bit more limited, you know. So but I feel like because so many artists are there, growth of social media that's our main tool now. It's become the main tool where people discover music, people interact with music and musicians. And so because of that, I feel like it's exploded. The scene is exploded. And I feel like especially after the pandemic, ellame konjam mari irukku, and that's a good thing, you know. The labels are willing to invest into independent artists. Ultimately that's what we need. Like we need independent artists need to get paid. They need work, and so they need resources. And how are you going to do that is if labels back it and all that stuff. So ultimately, I didn't expect இந்த அளவுக்கு growth இருக்கும்னு, but
கண்டிப்பா. ஏன்னா நான் என்ன கேக்குறேன்னா, இப்போ அந்த 10 இயர்ஸ்ல உங்களுக்கு அந்த ஒண்ணு இருக்கும், because see நம்ம வந்து நம்மளோட எஃபர்ட்ல வரதுன்றது ஒண்ணு, but with a label support, because that's a important thing. லேபிளோட பேக்கிங் இருக்குன்றப்ப someone has to push the product. நம்ம ஒரு பக்கம் புஷ் பண்ணா the people has to push it up.
Correct.
So இன்னைக்கு வந்து பாக்குறப்ப like Sony, Think and Universal Music, so everyone is coming inside for the Think market.
Yes,
I mean sorry,
for the indie market. Yeah, because I think they see that indie music is actually quite innovative, and they want to support artists like that. And I think actually it needs to be said, they should support more. I feel like, you know, there's a long way to go. And just talking to my fellow artists, I hear that a lot. And, you know, majority budget ta film ku podu. Still, it's mainly for film, and independent is coming more and more. But I think we have a long way to go, because it really gives the freedom for the musicians to see what their vision is for the songs, as opposed to supporting a story or supporting a movie and somebody else's vision. And so I think the explosion is just natural. So I feel like there's more people that are going to join. See, as it grows and as the market gets bigger, there's going to be more artists that are going to be encouraged to join the market and tell. And I think we cannot have enough artists, especially at a time like now. We need a lot more artists. We need a lot of people telling their stories, and there's space for everybody in the music world.
Nice. Recently நீங்க கேட்ட someone உங்களுக்கு இம்ப்ரெசிவா இருக்கிற மாதிரியான indie artist?
I mean, let's see, so many. Oh my god, I love Paldaba.
Okay.
He's amazing. I love Sarah Black. She's so great. Obviously Sai Abhyankar is amazing, and the full rap scene also is super cool. Asal Kolar anga ellarum rombave innovative, how to mix the sounds. They've taken it to the next level. You know, you have the mashup, for example, if you think about it, in 2015 and 2016, it's such a big trend. So adu vandu 10 varshathula how has it developed, how has it evolved, and it's become this, it's really cool. It's still become like original songs, but not as obvious. Like it's not, oh, here's English, here's the Tamil part. It's actually become a little bit more nuanced, and I love seeing that growth and that trend. And artists are doing such amazing tracks now.
Nice. Yeah. So இப்போ நீங்க consistent you're also bringing up many musics.
Yeah.
ஆனா உங்களோட ஒரிஜினல் இந்த குத்து ஃபயர் அப்படினு வந்தப்போ அதுல அந்த ஒரு பாட்டு வந்து just ஸ்கை ராக்கெட்டா ஒரு ஹிட் ஆச்சு. அந்த பாட்டு உங்களுக்கு இருந்தது அப்ப இந்த பாட்டு வந்து ஷோர்ட்டா ஹிட் ஆயிடும்?
இல்ல அப்படி ஒண்ணுமே இருக்கல. Actually when I first put it out it got a lot of hate.
Okay.
And I was very upset about it because அது வந்து அப்போ நான் போட்டுச்ச it was very different than my mashups. கொஞ்சம் ஒரு EDM அந்த சைடுல போயிடுது அது. But I loved it when I was writing it and Shankar was producing it. We were like, oh, this is a fun track, will be fun for live. அந்த எண்ணத்துல தான் we put it out. But as soon as I put it out, it got so much hate in the first week. யாருக்கும் பிடிக்கவே இல்ல. And I was like, ஐயோ தப்பு பண்ணிட்டோமே. You know, some people hate this. And I was like, no, it's fine. I'll just keep it up because I really loved it. You cannot allow people's comments to get to you. You just have to be like, no, I feel confident in this. And போறதுக்கு முன்னாடி I really loved it. Before other people's influence. I genuinely loved that song. And then இப்போ பார்த்தா everyone's like, oh, I love Kut the Fire, I love Kut the Fire. I was like, Appo, you could have said you liked it. I was so depressed over it. So the mari thought varave illa enakku because I was just like, this is a fun track, let's put it. And that was my first time dancing in heels. So I had trained for the choreography for a long time. And you know, it was really tough. And the shoot day was really tough and it was long. And so by the time the end product came out, I was very proud of it. But then it wasn't received well in the beginning, but it grew on people.
Okay, get it. யூஸ்வலி வந்து க்ரோயிங் அப் இன் ஆர்த்தடாக்ஸ் சைட் ஆர் ஒரு மாதிரி இருந்தாலும் லைக் பாடுறது ஒரு பக்கம் இருந்தாலும் இந்த ஆன் ஸ்க்ரீன்ல வருது அப்படிங்கிறது ஒன்று இருக்குல்ல. அண்ட் அங்க வந்து டான்ஸ் ஆடணும், வி ஹாவ் டு மேக் இட் லைக் அந்த ஒரு ஆல்பம் கொடுக்கறதுக்குன்னு ஒன்று இருக்கும். அது உங்களோட பிளான்ல இருந்ததா? ஆர் யூ வேர் லைக் பண்ணலாமா வேணாமா?
இல்ல அது எப்பவுமே பிளான்ல தான் இருந்தது.
Okay.
Only because I feel like I wanted my face to match my voice. I wanted people to know, okay, இந்த பொண்ணு தான் she's singing this. And also because there's a lot of my compositions, I felt like I had to own it. You know, it's like even if it's good or bad, I feel like because music is very subjective. உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்ச பாட்டு எனக்கு சிலப்போ பிடிக்காது and vice versa. So then I was like, okay, let's just start with videos. It's because YouTube is a very visual platform. So I was like, I cannot find somebody else to sing the songs. It has to be me. And so I just started that, and I was like, that's okay. I'll just be in the video and I'll just like sing to it, and that's how we ended up doing all the videos.
Okay. And visuals வந்து நிறைய கமெண்ட்ஸ்ல இப்போ நான் ரீசெண்டா பாக்குறப்ப எல்லாருமே ரொம்ப அப்ரைஸ் பண்ணது நேச்சர் அதிகமா காட்டுறதா இருக்கட்டும், ரொம்ப லைவ் லொகேஷன்ஸ், கேரளாவா இருக்கட்டும் இல்ல ஒரு ஹில் ஸ்டேஷன்ஸ். ஸோ ரொம்ப செட்ஸா இல்லாம டூ மச் ஆஃப் லைட்ஸோ இல்ல இந்த கிமிக்ஸ் இல்லாம இட்ஸ் லைக் வெரி நேச்சுரல். அது வந்து உங்களோட ஐடியா, அது அப்படிதான் இருக்கணும்ன்றது இருந்ததா?
ஆமா, because first of all a lot of those places are free to shoot in. எங்களோட பட்ஜெட்ஸே ரொம்ப சின்னதா இருக்கும். And so especially when I used to do my mashups, appo vandu that was just Shankar on the camera and me just singing to the camera. That's it, just two of us. No gaffer, nothing. There was no even reflector. So then we'd be like, oh, enga shoot pannalam, we cannot pay for a studio, adukalla paisa illa, so where do we shoot? So we would just go shoot in some random lake. Random edo nature and trees engayada nalla mara irundha, we'll be like, okay, let's stand in front of this and shoot. So we just started there. But then when we started doing the Kerala songs and stuff like that, I was like, oh, we have to show the landscape. Then it was intentional. It started almost as a necessity because we didn't have money for studio or sets, and then it became intentional. I was like, no, I want to shoot this outside. It has to be showing the landscape because it's part of my hometown. It's where my family is from. So how do we show that in this song? Adu ulla shoot panna I didn't feel like a match. So adnala for both Be Free and Boat Song and even Shubhamangalyam, adalla all of those songs I felt like we have to shoot outside. We have to show the heritage and the culture. And because the videos reach a lot of people that might not know Kerala or might not know Chennai.
Yeah, true.
So how do we communicate the culture? How do we show that India evlo araga adam irukku, you know? So how do we show that? And so that was very intentional and very planned out. So that's
so ini varadhu naanga idhe format la da edirparka mudiyum.
I mean, you can ipo vanda I also use sets because chelapo it's not. So I want to just like switch it up a little bit because adu kaatiyachu, and so how do we keep it different? How do we keep the visuals evolving? So I don't mind using sets and stuff now also. And ipo vandu budgets are a little bit bigger, so I can hire other people, art director alla hire pannalam. So avanga vandu avangaloda talent, avangaloda skill set vechinde we can do something new, something different and push the envelope a little bit. So I don't mind using sets now.
Nice.
எந்த சமையலும் ருசி தேடும் ரகசியம் 20 ரூபாய்.